I started TikTok because it was like obviously important to me. Like as an artist, social media is like how I connect with the fans. But TikTok was like a lot different because it's like these like trendy videos of people dancing, and was like, okay, how do I do this but like as an artist to like make it like me? Basically, how do I start TikTok? And this is something like it can't be cheesy, like it needs to be me. I'm a musical artist, so you know, a lot of like things I like to do is like riding bikes, skateboarding, being active, whatever, and then stuff that's music related, whether it's playing drums and guitar and whatnot. So I thought, okay, why don't we launch it with like Skater Boy, my song? And then of course, just like immediately I thought of Tony Hawk, and I was like, oh my God, it would be so dope to have like Tony Hawk come over. Maybe we go to a skate park, maybe he comes over to my backyard. I just got this like mini half pipe situation set up here. So like I haven't really reached out to people on DM before. I hit him up on DM and I was like, hey, I was wondering if you would film a TikTok video with me. You're amazing. Maybe come to my pad in Malibu, like. And he was like, yeah, dude, totally in. And I was like, score. So cool, down to earth. Walked through my front door with a skateboard in his hand, and I was like, all right, this is rad.
Avril Lavigne hit me up on Instagram and said, hey, I want to do my first TikTok with you. I want to join TikTok, but I want you to be in it. And obviously she wanted to use the song Skater Boy. And I just had a feeling like that would be funny. Like, I think that's kind of cool. I've never met her, but I love that she did something like that. Like she did a song that advocated for skateboarding. Like, that's awesome. And I want, like, I guess almost as a thank you to her, I would be willing to do that. And so she has this little tiny mini ramp in Malibu. I went up and took my goddaughter, and I went with Lizzie as well so that they can meet her.
Checked out a few TikTok videos. I was like, okay, how does this work? Everyone's doing all these dance routines. Like, that's not really what I want to do right now. Like, trends and stuff like that. Like, that's not really something that I feel like I'm excited about doing. So I was like, okay, let's use the song Skater Boy. Maybe I could get Tony Hawk to shoot a video with me. And I just figured I could sort of sit there and like sing the song, and then he could like come in behind me. And it wasn't like until the day of that like I thought of the necktie, because you see a lot like people zoom in and then they zoom out and then zoom on someone else, or someone's outfit changes or whatever. So I think it was like the day of, I thought of, oh, why don't I put a necktie on? Actually, I'm singing, zoom in on me, then give the tie to Tony, start at the tie, zoom out, and then it's Tony. So I came up with that like day of. I had no idea what the F I was doing, but it like worked.
And we shot this thing in like a minute on a mini ramp, literally 4 basic mini ramp tricks. And that thing's still going viral. You know, I still hear about it.
Well, it's so crazy. So the video, in like 2 days, I got 2 million followers on TikTok. Was it 20 million views in a day, or 10 million the first day, 10 million the next day, 30 million views the first week, 20 million views like in 2 days. It was just crazy. Did I expect that? I didn't really know what to expect. I thought it would be like gnarly if Tony and I did a video to Skater Boy. I did think that.
And I think it's so, like I said, I knew it would be funny, and I knew that it would transcend our fan bases, because there's definitely a fan base just for her. There's a fan base for skateboarding, and they know that song. Maybe they thought it was too poppy or whatever it was, but they know it, and they know it by heart, you know? And so when you combine those worlds, it actually worked. And I don't know, it wasn't some big master plan. I just had a feeling that people would like it. And I didn't know that it would propel both of us into this crazy space, because for her, she had no TikTok followers. She put that out, immediately goes to 2 million. You know? I think that's cool. Like, I think it's funny.
And the whole time he was here, he was like, can we like call it like Skater Dad or like Skater Man? And I was like, and then the like TikTok screen like grab went into like People Magazine or something, or Us Weekly or whatever, and they were like, Avril finally finds her Skater Boy. So silly. So this is where I dropped in for the first time. I know it's not that big, but I didn't grow up with like this shit in my backyard at all in Canada. And I skateboarded like when I was in high school, and then like I left home when I was 15, got a record deal, and I skateboarded in a couple of my music videos like when I was a teenager. I loved it, and I loved it in high school. And then I kind of got on the road, and it wasn't like a very big part of my life. And then I kind of moved out to Malibu and started picking it back up again. And so like fast forward to like 20 years later, now it's like beach cruisers. And I like to just like ride and cruise down the boardwalk by my house here, and like it's chill and it's fun. But yeah, this is where I dropped in, and it was like easy enough. Yeah, I fell the first time, of course. Got back up, did it again. Now at this point in my life, I'm a little nervous with stuff like this. I also have a whole world tour next year. And so, okay, well, if I'm gonna drop in for the first time, it's gonna be with Tony Hawk. And then he taught me, and it was actually pretty easy. But it's like more just getting over the fear of it. He also just told me with dropping in, like, commit. Like, that's the whole thing, is just commit. And so that was pretty cool. I was like, wait, I wish I hung out with him a long time ago. I would have been a way better skater. And so Tony signed the ramp right here. Thanks, Avril. Tony Hawk, skater dad, of course.
It helped my TikTok reach as well, because people found her, they saw me, they're like, oh, he's still skating, and then they come over and they follow me. And that's how it works. I mean, those collabs are, you know, you can't underestimate them. After I did the TikTok with Avril Lavigne, I saw all of my platforms get a big boost. My Instagram count went up, I want to say, my Instagram count went up about 100,000 followers in a week. I mean, like I said, it's because people follow her, and through that, they discover that I'm still here. That's cool with me.
Like, I definitely probably would not do social media if I wasn't a musician, but it's really important at this point, like, to connect with my fan base. It's almost like, in a way, as important as like touring and writing songs. It's direct communication. Like, you can say exactly what you want to say without it being like construed in like an article. And it's so, I try to have fun with it. I'm not like the best at it, but like I do. It's like, it's me. I post my stuff, I write it, and like I just try to make it authentic versus somebody being like, you know, you really should have 4 posts a week, that type of thing. I'm like, I'm just gonna post when I'm feeling it. Especially like I'll post more when I am releasing songs and music and out there on tour, and it's great for that.
I think social media is your connection to the fans, your direct connection to the fans. I mean, there's no other way to put it. So if they're interested in what you're doing, you have a line to communicate with them that isn't through a company, that isn't through marketing, that isn't through some sort of agency. It's like, here you are, you're speaking directly to them. But there are plenty of people that are, you know, hugely successful. Like I did a skate lesson with Addison Rae, and she, I don't know, has 1 billion followers on TikTok. I tried to help her learn pop shove-its, and that thing went viral on all platforms. And I'm not doing it because I think like, ooh, that's gonna increase my popularity. I'm doing it because it's fun. And sure, it gives me plenty of exposure. But for the most part, I'm doing it to advocate for skateboarding. I'm doing it so that there's her giant audience who probably don't know much about skating can see what a positive impact it could have on someone's life. And maybe that will inspire them to skate. That's why I do it. And yeah, sure, I get tons of followers because of the crossover. But that's not the end goal.
So next summer is Skater Boy's 20th, the 20th anniversary. So I thought that was like cool too. And there's been a bit of like a resurge in like pop punk music right now, which is awesome. You know, where the younger audience is getting into that type of music and stuff. So it felt like it was also perfect timing. I'm actually also making a film for Skater Boy.
What? Like a feature film?
Just developing that now, and film takes a long time. So I mean, obviously I'd hope to have it out next year, but we'll probably be filming next year. I told Tony, I was like, you should probably, I was like, maybe you can make a cameo in the video, in the movie. I follow a lot of just people I know, different artists. I kind of just learned how to DM a fucking year ago, literally. National Geographic is cool because like their photographers are like so talented, and I get to see like a lot of places, and that's cool. Fashion accounts, makeup, like stuff like Thrasher magazine is cool to follow because like I'm a skate kid at heart who loved street skating and could just like check out cool videos and stuff. And then when I meet other artists, like I follow them, and it's cool to like watch what they're doing too.